Ideas,
Go.
inspiration,
Go.
art,
Go.
script,
Go.
lights,
Go.
camera,
Go.
action, burnout. There's been a lot on YouTube recently about burnout. And some of the OGs, what are OGs? OGs are the old gangsters or the old guys. And I guess that includes me. I've been making videos for 15 years now, on average 2 videos a week at the same time. And in that time, I've been bringing up my family. I've been caring for my aged mother. I've been writing children's books. I've been illustrating children's books. I've been visiting schools here and abroad. I've been doing loads and loads of stupid other stuff. And yeah, I can tell you, I know what burnout is all about. Basically, it's just doing too much. But I think there is a particular extra thing that goes on with YouTube. Right at the beginning, it was such fun. It was the Wild West, and it was, hey, I can make videos. And if you go back and look at my original videos, the lights fall off, and it really doesn't matter. It's just having fun. And you can hear in my voice that I am just so hyped. And then it goes on for about 2 or 3 years. It's like I've been breathing hydrogen or something like that. And people used to say, are you on drugs? And in a way I was on adrenaline. I was on this massive adrenaline high for 2 or 3 years. And so were many other people. It was just such good fun. Then I remember my brother said to me, you know, when you look at your video there, you've got an eraser in there and it says Staedtler on there. You should go to Staedtler and get them to sponsor you. This was before influencers. Okay, so this is like 2009, something like that. And it was like, oh my goodness. So I did, and I got on Staedtler. They didn't understand. They didn't know what was going on. But they sent me a few pencils and things like that, which I used and promoted. And then Rotring, I used this pen all the time. I got onto them, and yeah, they sent me some pens and things like that. I always thought maybe we could get some more of a collaboration going, but it just never quite happened. I think I was in there too early. And then came along the partner program, and suddenly you were earning money. And I earned more money in the first year than I've ever done in any year afterwards, because the rules kept changing. It sort of became a YouTube treadmill where you're racing to beat the algorithm and to understand the algorithm and to do this, do that. And it became a job, and it wasn't really fun anymore. And those of you who've been following me a long time know the last 2, 3 years I've been trying this, doing that, and half-heartedly trying stuff. So last year, my dear old mum passed away, and I reached a point and I thought, I'm going to quit YouTube. And I really meant it. And then YouTube actually reached out and said, you know, your other channel, Draw Stuff Real Easy. Yes, I run 2 YouTube channels. And Draw Stuff Real Easy is how to draw stuff for kids. That was the whole intention. They said, would you like to work with us? The rules and everything got changed on YouTube for stuff that's made for kids. And they said, and Draw Stuff Real Easy was made into a made for kids channel, if I liked it or not. And the views and everything kind of went down. And any income I was getting from it went down. That channel I really thought I can't be bothered with. And then YouTube reached out and they said, would you like to come and work with us on this program to see if we can build up views and things for Made for Kids channels? Because I think they were seeing Made for Kids channels were in trouble. So I did for about 3 months with this great group of other channels, met some fantastic people. Every week we met midnight in this country, here in the States and Australia. And it was really, really interesting and great fun working with all these people. And the one thing I realized was that they really were Made for Kids channels, and their figures were going up because they were making entertainment kind of stuff. Whereas my stuff is educational, purely educational. They really made me look at the statistics in a way I'd never really done before. And I could see that YouTube has become much more entertainment based. And so all my views coming from YouTube were going down, and all my views coming from Google, people actually searching, how do I draw this, were going up. So all the things YouTube was saying, do this, do that, do this, are not going to work. So right at the moment, I'm thinking, it's not worth the effort. And then I'm left with this channel and I'm thinking, is it worth carrying on here? I've been watching lots of these videos. I'm quitting YouTube. There is a theme that runs through them all, that they started out, it was fun, and then it got more serious. And the big channels, then of course, to get big, you have to start bringing in staff and editors and things and collaborating, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it snowballs and snowballs until it's not fun anymore, until you're becoming a manager and, and all the creativity goes out of it. And although I have managed to stay on my own, I think I've just become madly focused on this statistics thing, algorithm, and it's not fun. So I've been thinking recently, I'm just going to give up on it. And then I thought, wait a minute, why can't I just make it fun again? Forget about chasing stats and this and that, and just forget about YouTube. It's just a platform. It's somewhere I can make videos, put them up and make them fun. What videos am I going to do? Well, this is the Shoe Render Drawing channel. I've done so many how to draw videos. I don't feel I've really got anything new to say. When I first started, there was only Mark really showing how to draw stuff, and then I joined in. And now there are hundreds and hundreds of brilliant people who show you how to draw stuff way better than I can. And I'm coming back to thinking, what and who am I? And when I started YouTube, my vision was when I was 95, I would still be doddering around, reading stories in schools, somehow being dragged along in my wheelchair. Hello, children, I'm going to read you a story. And that was my vision, and that's what I wanted to do. And whenever I come back to it, I'm a children's author, and I illustrate my own books. And I really enjoy publishing as well, self-publishing. And so that's what this channel is going to be about. And in a haphazard kind of way, I'm not going to chase the algorithm. I'm just going to put things up as I feel like it. So what does this relate to anything else with burnout? I think if you are feeling burned out, just to stop and think, am I doing too much? Am I doing too much? Can I cut things down? Do I need to do that? Do I need to do that? What makes me happy? What is fun? And really go back to that place. I did a video a long time ago up here called How to Get Your Mojo Back, which is a different thing. I think that's after you're burned out and you're just fed up and you can't get started again. You need to get inspired again. That's a different thing. I think burnout is a very kind of physical, bodily thing. And I think I'm sort of coming back. I'm 15 years older from when I first started, and I don't have the energy that I had back then. So I need to chop things out so that the energy I do have left, I can focus into doing something I want to. And that's children's books. It's what I've done. It's who I am. But this whole YouTube journey has really kind of screwed that all up. COVID, one thing and another, I feel I'm not part of my old world anymore, and somehow I have to get back in there. One way would be to actually work with a traditional publisher, and I'm not averse to doing that, but I do also enjoy the act of publishing. But the really difficult part is the marketing and everything. So this channel has to become part of that marketing thing. Quite how, I'm not entirely sure, but I think the thing is to accept that there's this kind of pivot going to be going on, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll be talking about publishing, I'll be talking about writing, I'll be talking about illustrating, I'll be showing the books that I'm working on and how I publish them, and if I go to see publishers, about that whole traditional publishing business as well. Why would I want to self-publish when I've published about 200 books at major publishers, major worldwide publishers? Why would I want to self-publish? Because I found it a real grind working with publishers. It's become so corporate, and it's not fun anymore, and not financially worth it anymore as well. I've done another video here about why it's not worth being an author anymore, and how the finances have changed over the last few years. I feel I'd like to be the master of my destiny. So that's part of it. Part of it is just I'm a curmudgeonly kind of want to do it myself kind of person as well. So what am I working on at the moment? And what has this mission control picture got to do with anything? Here we are. It's all about Generation Moon. This is the first in the series that I brought out last year in a rush and in a burned out hurry, and I'm slightly embarrassed about this. I'm really proud of this book, but I'm not proud of the way I've published it, because it's hardly sold anything, and it's hardly sold any copies because I haven't marketed it at all. I want you to go onto Amazon. There'll be a link down below. Buy one now, and do please leave a comment as well. A nice comment would be great. This is the first in a trilogy, and for the last year I've been burned out. I've been thinking, I can't do this, and I'd start writing, and I'd start writing, and over the years, slowly, life has come back to me. There is a great saying about writing. It's the art of writing is the application of the seat of your pants to the seat of your chair, and it means you've just got to sit down and do it. I know this so well. So finally, I forced myself. I didn't want to do it. I forced myself to sit down, open up the little bit of the second book that I had done, and I said, I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to sit down and write and write and write. Or just stare at the screen or something, but I'm going to sit down. And I have finished the second draft of the second book. And I'm sitting down to write the third book now, because I feel I should just write it all at the same time, because it all will be more cohesive. So I need to do sort of physical planning of how the pages are going to work out, paginating. And I need to illustrate, I need to sketch, illustrate, plan, I need to work out how much it's all going to cost, all that kind of stuff. And I'll be sharing all that stuff with you. If you are burned out, I hope you'll click that button, subscribe, and join me on this journey where I try to have some fun. Try to remember what it was like right at the beginning. And I think that's another thing I've decided to do, is I'm not thinking of myself as established author. I'm trying to remember what it was like 35, 40 years ago as a young, hopeful children's illustrator setting out and then becoming an author. Trying to remember what that excitement was all about, and not, I gotta finish this by next Thursday because my editor's waiting for it. Just to remember that, yeah, I want to write this story because it's great, not because I've got some editors waiting for it and it's got to be done by next Thursday, and I got a contract telling me it's got to be all completed by August or something like that. So that's the journey I'm now on. See how it goes.